This is Amy Kovalchick. We're here at the Atlantic 10 Men's Basketball Media Day in Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. I'm here joined by Coach Jim Ferry of the Duquesne Dukes. Coach, thank you so much for being here today. How are you?
Having us. Thank you.
So this is your hometown, correct?
Yes, Brooklyn guy, so it's nice to be back.
How does it feel being back on the home soil?
It's always great. You know, I had a great run here at LIU in Brooklyn. I'm a New York guy, born and raised, so to come back, it's always special. I got back last night, had dinner at Junior's, so I'm really settled back in. Feel pretty good about it.
Juniors, local juniors, but I heard they're closing. I hope this isn't true.
Well, you know, they opened up one in Times Square. Supposedly they're closing because they're going to build a high-rise in that building. But the word I got from my guys, everybody's got a guy in Brooklyn, is they're going to move back in there once the high-rise gets completed. So we'll see. So
you said, Jim, you're born here. Your father was a transit cop. Is that correct?
Yeah, my father's a New York City transit cop for about 26 years. He was stationed in J Street for a while and all over New York. He's an East New York, Brooklyn guy himself. So he's out in Pittsburgh with me right now, though. They moved out to Pittsburgh with the family, but he gets back and forth to Brooklyn quite a bit.
Was there ever thoughts of you perhaps following in your dad's footsteps rather than coaching?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. That was the plan. That was always the plan. My senior year in college, I blew out my knee and I have screws in my knee. So I took the police test. I went through the whole process. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but they kind of moved me along pretty quickly through the process to become a police officer. But then I failed the physical because of the screws in my knee. So I appealed it, didn't work, and my mother was the happiest person in the room. She didn't have to live through that again like she did with my dad. So from becoming a cop, I became a college basketball coach and worked out pretty well.
I think it is. So you're entering your fourth season with the Dukes, correct?
Correct, yeah. It's my fourth year, just underway right now. We had a big rebuilding process, and now it's settled. We've done a good job of reestablishing the program, and now we're ready to take off from here.
Speaking of the rebuilding, this past summer you went to Ireland with the team, correct?
Yes.
How was that? Have some of them even been out of the country? I know you do get some foreign athletes with the Dukes, but can you elaborate on how the trip went? And I'm sure it's a learning experience with culture, basketball, and whatnot.
Yeah, it was great. It was we got more out of that trip than even I expected I would, and we knew we were going to get a lot out of it. But first of all, Ireland is just a beautiful country, great people. At first, I think our kids were a little apprehensive, and then once we got over there, it was just a real relaxed, great time. You saw these kids blossom. You saw all the little cliques on teams go away. Right. We spent 10 days together, touring the country, doing clinics, playing games. We gave the guys a lot of free time to be around each other. And I just think the group just really grew and matured in all aspects, in basketball and just in maturity. And I thought it was great.
You have actually a solid, you had a rebuilding process for sure, for certain. But this year you have 4 seniors returning. So who are you going to look to as the leader? All 4 of the seniors, or tell me your thoughts on that.
Well, 3 of the seniors started their whole career for us. All 3 of them are the leaders of our program. Nick Fosher is our 4th senior, who's a walk-on, great kid, does a great job every day for us. But those 3 seniors have really taken on the leadership responsibility. I'd say Jeremiah Jones is the true leader every day in every aspect, vocal, the way we act, the way we do things, but Derek Coulter, our point guard, and Micah Mason have really done a great job at being a 3-headed monster as a leader in that way. These guys have a lot of experience. They really did a great job, especially towards the second half of last year. They were really playing really good basketball. So we're hoping to pick up from that point, and then taking that trip. And then everybody else on the team is back as well with the maturity. We only have 2 new guys that are playing this year compared to every other year when I was here. It was always multiple guys. So I think there'll be less of a learning curve right now. I think it's more about just getting better and taking off from where we were last year.
And the opener is Seton Hall, correct? And
it's actually Seton Hill.
Seton Hill. My apologies, sir. It was written wrong because I was doing my research on you for the past couple of days because I'm a Pittsburgher myself.
Oh, okay.
And that is a typo.
Yeah, we're playing Seton Hill, which is part of an exempt tournament that we go down to Florida for Thanksgiving, and it's a local Division II team. And we also have the 100 years of basketball, Duquesne basketball. So it's they've always played each other. So it's a different start than maybe Seton Hall. Yeah.
Well, that's exactly.
We're in 2 different places. Actually, my son Leo, I have a 9-year-old son. He's the first one to pick it up. Says, Dad, it says you're playing Seton Hall, and you're not. You're playing Seton Hill. So.
Well, when I read that too, I was like, well, I'm going to go with it here. I'm going to go with it, and we'll see. Well, thank you, Jim, so much. It means the world to me to have you here, being a local Pittsburgher myself. So hopefully this season I can come courtside and maybe we can have a chat there.
We'd love to have you out. Things have changed a little bit. The facility is getting better. We got a good team this year, and there's a lot of excitement on campus, so we'd love to have you out.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So here we are with Coach Ferry. Thank you so much from the Duquesne Dukes. Have such a great season. Thank you.